What's going on, guys? Samuel from Samuel Productions here, back with another tier list for you all today. And this is the third in my latest series of Big Brother tier list. Well, you guys know previously I did do a ranked tier list where I ranked every season of Big Brother, all through 8 seasons. And I did one where I ranked all of the winners of the show. You guys want to check those videos out if you haven't already. I really feel proud of those videos, so I figured I continue on with that with Big Brother, as I'm filming this Big Brother King that's going to be in very soon, so I figured now it's time to do more Big Brother videos. And now I'm going to rank the Big Brother runners-up, the people that finished second, the people that made it to the end but did not win. And I'm ranking all the seasons. I'm including Big Brother 1, I'm also including all the seasons of Canada's, the one season of OPTT, and the 3 Celebrity Brother seasons. And again, similar to what I said about the winners, I'm more judging them based on how I feel, how much I enjoyed them in terms of their personality, gameplay, enjoyment factor, just how much I enjoyed them on screen for season. And again, this is only based on how they ranked on their season, not them as overall players. Because honestly, there are a couple people who have judged them based on overall players. There would be a radically different list for a few of these people. Let's just say that. But I'm judging them based on this season. Just this season that they have played. So this is gonna be for an interesting list. So I hope you enjoy, and I'd love to know what your favorite and least favorite runners up of Big Brother down below in the comments. So we got like 38 rounds to talk about, so let's get it on. We got like 37 rounds to talk about, so let's get it on. First up, we have the two runners up from BB1. We have the two runners up from BB1, and it's why I'm still including people BB1 because, well, BB1's still not the. There's a reason why it's the most forgettable season of Big Brother. Why they change the format. And we have Josh and Curtis. They're just bad because they're just not memorable. Sorry, don't have much to say about them. Sorry. Then we have the first true runner-up in terms of format, and that is Nicole from BB2. And I always loved Nicole, honestly. I think she was definitely a very underrated player in some areas, and she didn't play a really solid game throughout the season. She was definitely fun and likable throughout the season, had a great underdog run, and honestly, if we do get some, if we do end up getting a second chance season, which I'm kind of here's the rumblings for them reaching your season, I hope that she makes a return. So Nicole is going in the amazing tier. Amazing. Now we have Danielle Reyes from Big Brother 3. And of course she is going in the top tier. Like, people consider her to be the top runner-up of the show for, honestly, good reason. There's weird when people consider her the best Big Brother player to never win. And honestly, it wasn't for that whole Jersey situation, she probably would have won. That they kind of knew. Also, said about her, she probably would have won. I mean, I wouldn't say she played like an entire perfect game, but she played one of the best games in the entire of the show, at least during this time. And she was just a fun, great, likable player to watch throughout the season, and had some really great and fun moments. And of course, it wasn't for that whole Jersey situation where the fan what said about them. Even the people that were defending her and want her to win, except for Jason, even they just decided not to vote for her. And that's what happened. But she's still great enough where she's still going in the top tier of the season. And she's definitely up there for a goddamn reason. For a goddamn reason. Now we get to Allison from BB4. The player that really goes on the whole flirtiness and everything. And that's kind of what got her far. But fortunately, that kind of caught up to her. As well as her to not win this season. But I still enjoy Allison. She's going in the great tier. Not too much to say about her. Has already been said, but she's still like one that player. Then we get to Cowboy Michael. Probably the first of the runner-ups of the main runner-up on this list that didn't really win a lot of competitions that just kind of got dragged to the end. Honestly, I mean, he was actually close to actually win this season. He did receive 3 votes, but just the competitions, he wasn't the best. But in terms of likability, he was like one. I know he still wants to be on the show, as he was actually close to being on the show in the All-Stars and even BB11. And unfortunately, he's not getting around to it. Again, I hope if you do get actually get a second chance season on this recent season, he does get a chance to win. So he's going in a good tier. Not the most memorable player in the world, but still likable in F1. And now we get to Yvette. Now, I mentioned before, I think one of the reasons why I'm not too high on Bieber at 6 much as most people, despite still being a great season, mind you, is really the volunteer. I was never huge on Maggie, honestly, and I was never really huge on Yvette, honestly. I was better one out, to be honest, I was better one out putting the bad tier or just the A tier. But she's kind of just an irritating character to watch, and does moments that really bug me, but in terms of gameplay, she did have good moments. And I'm saying she was entirely irritating throughout, so I'm putting her in the A tier. Sorry. And then we have Erica from Big Brother All-Stars. Another player that's also going in the good category. Definitely has a good moments, and definitely she and Janelle did realize that, hey, might get big, well played us, though it was too late, and she's not the most amazing personality in the world, but she was still likable. Then we get to Daniel Donato from Big Brother 8. Now again, if we're judging this based on players, Daniel would probably honestly been a bit low on this list considering her recent runs on the show. So, if we're just based on those times, she definitely would have been a bit low, honestly. Probably in a good, just solid, decent tier, considering her recent runs at Big Brother All-Stars and Big Brother 13. But as a judgment based on, like I said, on the actual season, I'm putting her in the amazing tier. She did play one hell of a game. Hell, she freaking won 5-year competitions and had that great final leadership champ with Evil Dick, It's still definitely, I don't know whether or not these two actually are still talking, but that was definitely a great story to watch throughout the season. But she definitely has a great social moments and great moments in general. Just a very likable player that you really wanted to root for. Of course, that kind of changed a little bit in BB 13 and BB All-Star especially, but this season, she was amazing. Amazing. Whew. Now we get to Ryan from BB9. I know Ryan's definitely, I'm still not 100% sure how I really feel about him, being honest, because he definitely has one of the players I think has his moments, but he definitely was a great underdog throughout the season, considering how times he got nominated, and he definitely had a great run. I just don't think he played the best, honestly, and there was moments him that was just questionable, so he's going in a decent tier. Sorry, not much to say about him. Then we get to Memphis. Again, if we're getting this based on players, Memphis actually would have been in the A tier, considering his run on BB23. I really did not like Memphis on BB22. I think I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't. I'm pretty sure, he did have impressive runaway and actual 3 HOHs this time. But if we're judging this, again, based on his role in Big Brother 10, where he was into the end next to Dan, where he pretty much lost unanimously, I'm actually going to put Memphis in the great tier. I guess he had great lines with Dan, had great back and forth with him throughout the season. He was great camaraderie with Dan, and he was still winning a few competitions, so he was still a great presence throughout. And so again, if we're judging him based on how he played in that season, that would have been a different story. Then we get to Natalie. The first of a few players out is going to go straight to the solid tier. Well, we're to top tier. Well, there's not really any major lows here, but not really any major high ons. She was just solid. Now, they definitely had a moment. She definitely convinced, and Kevin somehow convinced Jeff to actually Russell and everything, kind of sank his game a little bit, honestly. She definitely had questionable moments, especially with seems to win the votes and lying about her age and everything and all that stuff, but she wasn't really a bad player, and she wasn't really that hateable to watch either. Solid. Then we get to Lane from BB12. Now, I pretty much told all the members of the brigade in that season. It's about how predictable that season is. That lines definitely make that season so much fun to watch. So Lane is definitely going in the amazing tier. He probably would be my least favorite of the four Gator Lions, but still, the fact that he's still in the amazing tier definitely should tell you how much I enjoyed Lane. Again, he definitely was the least competitive of that bunch, but he was still a fun and likable presence throughout the season. He was just a very charmful and likable guy, and had some hilarious moments. Also a great friendship with Brittany throughout the season, even good friendship with like Hayden, Enzo, and Matt, even Matt as well. Like, he was just likable. Then we get to Portia. Someone I've actually always said to be kind of underrated, actually. I'm pretty sure a lot of people said to be underrated, but I'm also one of the people that said Portia from BB13 to be kind of underrated, honestly. Because I feel like she's one of the people that she might be described as one of the people that might get dragged a little bit to the end, but I've always liked Portia. I've always liked her when she was in her season, and she definitely had a rough start, but she definitely grew into her own. She definitely realized what she was going for, and if she's one of the players where I feel like she would get a chance to return, I think she would do great, honestly. I think she would be fantastic, in fact. Again, she had great social play, had some really fun moments, met moments with a lot of contestants throughout the season. So, yeah, she's going great here. And then we get to Dan Giesling. Now, which, it's funny that, again, he's the best winner and the best runner-up in Big Brother. That's kind of funny to think about, but again, that's Dan Giesling for you. And Giesling, again, if you think his gameplay in the Big Brother, if you think his gameplay in Big Brother 10 was amazing, he topped up notch in Big Brother 14. Well, he would definitely continue his master gameplay skills for that season. And of course, you got that final 8 round. That's one of the best move in the entire being a Big Brother. And of course, his final blindside. Like, the guy is an incredible maker. Like, and I think if he was on any given season, he would definitely do amazing at least at one point. Like, he's that great of a player. And he managed to convince people that were pretty much against him and were really set against him to actually want to work with him. He did a freaking Frank that season. Frank! But yeah, Dan Giesling, incredible player. Incredible maker again. So he did not win at the end, but Dan Giesling is one of the players that I think he will still return on any season. He would definitely knock it out of the park. Honestly, I would love to see him be on the season with Derek at some point. I think that was originally the plan for All Stars, but of course, you know what happened. Yeah, Dan Giesling easily top tier. And we go for what I think is the best runner-up of the season. 2x to be the absolute worst runner-up of the season. And probably maybe be my least favorite player of all time in Gina Marie. I really could not stand Gina Marie. I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't either. Honestly, P15 was definitely a very, very icky season, honestly. It's why people really were against that season, and I definitely was. I mean, I definitely found more positives for that season over time. I don't think something like a bottom tier season. But Gina Marie constantly gets worse, honestly. And she's just a very annoying character and just says pretty terrible things to a lot of people for no reason, especially to Candace, which, like, yeah. Pretty time awful things, which is very annoying throughout the entire season. Never spread any, like, positive or fun traits. Like, she's on that curve, being just a genuine fun personality, but she just ends up saying such true terrible things because upset over the littlest things and it's just a very annoying presence throughout the season. It's a case that she, of all people, ended up being the one that actually gets out Amanda, who was also a very hated player that season. So yeah, Gina Marie was the worst. And spoiler alert, she's the only player that's going to be on this tier. Then we get to Cody Calfeori from BB16, who, of course, after this season went up to actually win Big Brother 22, and probably one of the most dominant but boring runs in the entirety of Big Brother. But in this season, he was still a great player. Not probably the most amazing personality in the world, but he definitely played a great playing. Honestly, if it wasn't because he was next to Derek, he probably would have won that season. That's why people were upset about him, the fact the choice that he made in beating Victoria. But Cody, not a top tier, at least in his run-up game, but amazing. Then we get to Liz. Someone I've always also really enjoyed as well. Again, not the best gameplay in the world, and of course she involved in that twin twist as well. But Liz is someone I've always really liked and enjoyed, and she definitely had off moments, that's for sure, especially in the end game portion. But Overall, I've always liked Liz. Great, great moments, some pretty crazy moments. Had a really interesting relationship with Austin throughout the season. Most season, and definitely made some really fun and good moves as well. Honestly, again, another one I would not mind seeing make a return. Oh, Paul. It's also very hard to actually assess Paul, if I'm being honest. Like, I'm still even not 100% sure how I exactly feel about the guy, if I'm being honest. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that thinks that, because, well, it's freaking Paul. Paul was the... Again, this is also the only player that actually made the team twice and did not win. And both times it's because he had terrible jury management. Like, some of the worst jury management probably ever in the entirety of Big Brother. And probably the competition shows in general, and I'm not the only one that thinks that. Apollo was that one I've always been so up and down about, honestly. Because I think I really remember hating him in the first week or so in Big Brother 18, but he definitely has grown on me, and he actually comes up very likable. Like, I mean, he might have said some terrible things, but he was still a likable presence for, and definitely had some fun and hilarious moments. He seemed like a very chill, unlikable guy. And then there was the opposite in Big Brother 19, where I loved him at first, in the first few weeks, but seeing how he kind of managed a lot of the stuff that happened that season, how he treated certain people that season, it's kind of icky, honestly, but you can't deny his great gameplay, especially during the final 7 that round, and that's kind of what allowed him to actually lose against Josh, of all people. So I debate whether or not what he would actually put Paul in, honestly, because it's a very up and down, topsy-turvy game. But I think there's enough highs to where I'm actually going to put him in the great tier. Then we have Tyler from Big Brother 20. Now again, if we were judging based on players, Tyler actually would have been a bit lower on this list, considering, how he kind of was in BB22 and everything, considering he was still Angela during the time, and unfortunately, they actually broke up. But and Tyler was one of the players I think everyone's excited for in that season, and even from this season, Tyler was definitely one of the front runners for that season, not the front runner, and he definitely not disappoints. And he's one of those winners where it's nothing really anything he did wrong in this season, honestly, that cost him the win. And even aside from that fight with Bailey, nothing really did really cost him his win. But Tyler is, by that fight, he's still one of the most likable people to ever be on Big Brother, and made some very credible and dominating moves, especially during the pre-jury phase. Like, he really dominated that pre-jury phase. And he was a very likable and great presence. Made good competitions where he needed to, which had a great relationship throughout the house that really got him pretty far. Again, despite his kind of BB22 run, if he would make a return, I would say he would do great on any given season. So yeah, Tyler is going top tier. Then we get to Holly from Big Brother 21. She was good. Not too much I can say about it, because I don't think she has the best personality in the world, but she was at least a likable presence throughout the season. Didn't really do anything. I like that most of the line she didn't do anything that really frustrated me or anything like that. Then we get to Enzo from Big Brother 22. Again, at the time, he was one of the players that I was most excited for to make a return. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were excited that Enzo actually was going to return, because he was one of the players that I was hyping my list on people I wanted to make a return. And honestly, despite some questionable moments for the season, I say Enzo is one of the better players and one of the better characters of the season. Honestly, I really was disappointed in some aspects of his game, but in terms of him as a character, he's not disappointing. Like, Enzo is still. And the fact that he made a freaking final 2 is actually won 2 HOHs is freaking insane. And the fact that he won more competition this season is honestly insane. So he's going in the amazing tier. Again, some disappointing moves, but on that, he's definitely up there. Again, another player I could definitely see doing well on any given season. And then we get to Derek F, or Big D from Big Brother 23. And of all the 6 people in the Crocodile Alliance, I would say Derek F is probably my least favorite, honestly. Mostly because of some questionable comments that he made throughout the season, and The fact that he was one of probably the biggest goat and floater in the entirety of Big Brother. That's ridiculous that he thought he was actually going to beat anyone in the end. Despite him being a floater, people still wanted to vote him out. And hell, even freaking Ozzo was actually going to vote out Big T at the final 3. Despite the fact that she probably lost against Xavier. I know that that's just going to happen. So, like, he does have his fun moments, which is why I don't think he's like one of the worst players ever. So he's probably the only player that's going in the mixed bag category. Okay, well, I think it's a fun moments, but he has some pretty terrible moments. Again, mixed bag. Then we get to Monty, the recent US runner-up from BB24, and he was solid. Again, not really any huge highs, but not really any major lows. I mean, so probably treat Taylor a little bit in the last couple weeks and everything. And again, he never had the best gameplay thing in the world, and at least towards the end game, and so he got made a move up from that Turner that some he would have won against, but he was likable enough. Not much I can really say about him. But now we get to the 3 celebrity Big Brother people. First up, we have Ross Matthews. Now, with me, Ross was probably the star of the show that season. He was definitely the star of that season. While his gameplay is as good as I remember it being, I cannot deny that he was just a blast from beginning to end, so he's going in the amazing tier. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Then we get Ricky from Big Brother 2. Solid. Again, not any highs, but not any lows either. Then we get to Todrick, who was actually around the source of controversy during this season. Like a big source of controversy during this season, mostly because on some of the moves that he made during that season. And I think Todrick was actually a bit overheated that season, honestly. Well, he did make some questionable comments. Yeah, it's about the best player that season. Which, to be honest, I really didn't say much on Celebrity Birthday, but at least he actually played a great game. So he is going in the great tier. I'm not sure how that would be, but here we are. Then we get to Jason from Big Brother Over the Top, who I mean, this season is going to be him. Hosea is going to be on that season. We're going to have one turn to play that season, honestly. And like, I really like Jason in Big Brother 17, honestly. I thought he was someone that if he were to return, I thought he had great potential, doing well. Unfortunately, he didn't this season. I really did not really like Jason this season, honestly. Mostly because of how he acted towards certain people and some of his actions towards some people, such towards Shelby, which is like, hey, why are you so rude towards her? What did she do to you? But really, he played that well, honestly, which probably why he did not end up winning that season over Morgan. So he's going in the ads here. That's really disappointing. Now we get to the Big Brother Canada runners-up. The Canada app. First up, we have Gary, who was basically Canada's sweetheart, or Canada's favorite during that season. Honestly, and I mean for good reason. And in reality, he probably did kind of win the season. It's just one of the players just didn't vote the right way for some reason. She ended up voting the wrong person. So yeah, Gary's amazing. He probably would have been also an amazing tier winner. He did get voted and all that stuff, but I'm more judging based on how much I enjoyed him. And Gary's someone I absolutely loved that season. Sabrina. Another one of those kind of GOTY winners, and just going in solid tier. Just probably the best of these kind of winners that are more kind of GOTY winners that didn't really win a lot of competitions and felt like they're kind of dragged to the end or didn't really do much. I mean, she got nominated a lot during this season, so, and really had a lot of moves during this season, but she was still fun to watch. Just not really too much to what she obviously, yeah. Then we get to Godfrey, probably one of the most entertaining players to have ever played Big Brother. The guy was just so high on edge throughout the season that he just made me laugh and smile. And another one I would love to see make a return if we do get an All-Star season of Canada this season, which I guess honestly right now seems very unlikely, but one can dream, can't you? So Godfrey, amazing. And then we get to Kelsey, who There's one player that, like Godfrey, I would honestly love to make a return. Because honestly, I think Kelsey's one of the runner-ups that I think would do well on a return season. Next year, actually will learn from her mistakes in that season. So, and Kelsey is like me voted out some questionable moves I've always really enjoyed throughout the season. So she's going in the great tier. Karen, probably in debate with Derek F. as probably the biggest goat of the season. That's probably the biggest goat of the season. But I like Derek F. She at least has more fun moments. Has a little bit of fun energy to her, and has some odd moments, but some fun moments too. That kind of balances out. So yeah, Karen's going in the solid tier. Then we get to Kayla from BB6. Another very great likable player that didn't really have like the best run, but she definitely played a great game throughout. I know when I could see possibly doing well or burning out on a return, but yeah, Kayla's going in this great tier. Then we get to Anthony. Who in my opinion is probably being the best player in Big Brother Canada. Yeah, and apparently someone who did not know much about Big Brother Canada when he was on the season. Again, see what you want about Big Brother 7. That's probably the least best season if you're not counting maybe 8. But you can't deny the Pre-Boys ones were all fantastic players. And Anthony's probably between him, Dean, and Adam, he's probably the best of the three, if I'm being honest. At least he's my favorite of the three. Despite the fact he did not win one competition, did not win any HOH, he was actually still plays a very incredible game and was a very great manipulator throughout the season. Had some fantastic moments of gameplay and social ability. He had great bonds with people. And this is one that apparently did not know anything about the show when going into it. And the only reason he did not see any votes was because he was up against Dane, who won freaking 5 HOHs and was a dominant player throughout the season. He was still dominant, but in a different way, and the jury did not recognize that, so they ended up winning unanimously. So, Anthony, again, another player I would love to see make a return. Now we have the last two players on the board. Then we have Brendan from BB9, who is probably one of the least memorable players in BB9, which definitely isn't actually saying much, because that cast is highly memorable. So, Brendan, he's solid. Again, no one of those type of go players and everything. Not too much to say about Brendan. He had kind of abysmal, not that great pre-jury phase, but I think at the post-jury he really started to rise up and started to be more memorable. Then we get to Josh from Big Brother 10. An interesting case, definitely had a pretty great, incredible game that had a lot of ups and had a lot of downs, especially the fact that he chose his ally that kind of cost him the game. Honestly, he made some pretty terrible moves, especially doing double eviction. But just the likability and playing a great game overall, Josh was great. Again, now playing that I think would do well on return, so he's also going in the amazing tier. Well, guys, that is my ranking on every Big Brother runner-up in the history of Big Brother. This is how I ranked the tiers, waiting for G and Maria being the worst, Josh and Curtis the bad. Basically, when the order basis the order I would put them in. Josh is in bad, Yvette and Jason on the ed tier, Derek F is in the mixed tier, Ryan is in the decent, Brendan, Ricky, Monty, Karen, Natalie, and Sabrina on the solid tier, Eric, Howard, Michael, and Holly on the good tier, Allison, Todrick, Liz, Portia, Memphis, Kelsey, Kellia, and Paul in the great tier, Lane, Danielle, Donato, Ross, Godfrey, Gary, Nicole, Jod, and Tim Cody on the amazing tier, and of course, got the upper echelons of runner-ups in the top tier. It has Generous, Tyler, Anthony, and Dan Giesling being the top. Again, the best runner and the best runner-up. Well, if you guys enjoyed this tier list, you can let me know what your favorite and least favorite runners-up down below in the comments. I actually plan to do more of these videos. I actually do plan next week. I actually do plan to do one on the Fallen Angels, the people that just missed making the finale, and even do one on the 4th place finishers as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. I'm Samuel One World from Samuel Possessions. I will see you guys next time. As always, stay cool, everybody. Peace.